This is a step-by-step illustration for unpacking, inspecting, installing, and touching up your new mantel. This installation represents a wood framing installation. For other installation types, it is strongly recommended you consult a professional. Mantels are heavy and bulky. Please have at least 2 people available to move and install this product. At the job site, the installation team should review the unpacking instructions on the red sheet to avoid damaging the mantel. They should also read the installation instructions fully before beginning the installation. Unfold the box to have access to the mantel. Using 2 people, lift the mantel from the box using the plywood bottom supplied. To avoid chipping or scratching the mantel, never place the mantel directly on a hard surface without protection. Position the mantel so the 3 holes are facing up. Make sure they are clear of any concrete material by test fitting a green self-tapping screw through the holes. If they are obstructed, use a 1/8 drill to open the hole. Carefully rotate the mantel so the back side is facing up. You will use these 2 measurements in the next steps. First, measure from the bottom of the mantel to the bracket mounting surface. Second, measure the concrete thickness from the bracket mounting surface to the top of the mantel. A minimum clearance of at least 12 inches above the fireplace glass trim is required for equipment with output of 50,000 BTUs or more. Decide what minimum clearance is required for your fireplace equipment and make a small pencil mark on the wall at that distance. From the minimum mark, add the distance recorded as measurement 1 and make a small pencil mark on the wall. Write the word bracket near the mark. Place a level on the bracket mark, adjust to a level position, and use a pencil to trace a 2 or 3 foot line parallel with the top of the level. The 2-inch side of the bracket mounts against the wall and the 3-inch side is the ledge the mantel sits on. Locate the center of the fireplace and make a vertical pencil mark at that position on the bracket line. Label this mark as center. If the fireplace is centered between 2 walls or centered within a structure, you may use corners to find the mantel's center. Measure and mark the center of the 3-inch top of the bracket with a permanent marker. From the bracket mark, add the distance recorded for measurement 2 and make another small pencil mark on the wall labeled mantel. Use a stud finder to locate the wall studs. Mark the stud locations by making a 1-inch vertical pencil mark below the bracket line. Center the mounting bracket on the wall and transfer the stud locations to the metal bracket with a permanent marker. A minimum of 3 studs are required to mount a 60-inch mantel and 4 studs are required for the 72-inch mantels. Use the foam sheets included in the packaging to protect the mantel from the floor, and use the plywood as a backing when drilling the metal mounting bracket. Using a 1/8 inch metal drill bit, drill 2 holes vertically for each stud location on the metal mounting bracket. Use one of the provided silver panhead wood screws to temporarily hold the mounting bracket to the wall. Check and adjust the mounting bracket with a level before securing the bracket with the remaining panhead wood screws. Tighten the screws until they are flush to the mounting bracket. Do not over-tighten the screws. Use 2 people to place the mantel on the mounting bracket and center it over the fireplace. The center hole on top of the mantel should align with your center mark on the mantel bracket and wall. One person should hold the mantle in place while a second person secures the mantle to the mounting bracket. Make sure the mantle is flush and tight to the wall and centered exactly before using the self-drilling screws to fasten the mantle to the mounting bracket. Starting with the center hole, use self-drilling, green metal screws to fasten the mantle to the bracket. Self-drilling screws require some speed and pressure to penetrate the metal bracket, but the installer must be ready to slow the drill speed as soon as the screw threads begin to bite into the metal. Do not over-tighten screws past the countersink area. The touch-up kit contains paint, putty, and a paintbrush. Putty is included for filling the countersink area around the screws. Use small amounts and avoid spreading the putty beyond the countersink areas. This will minimize cleanup time and keep the wood grain surface intact. Use a damp rag to remove any extra putty on the mantle surface. Allow the putty to firm up a little before applying paint. Use the paintbrush and touch-up paint to cover the putty. Use a damp rag to blend and remove the excess. Thank you for watching this video and enjoy your mantle.